guys, welcome back to my booktube channel. My name is Chetna and I make book related videos on this channel. So if you love reading, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, so finally I have finished reading the entire Harry Potter book series last month, and this series will always have a special place in my heart. So today I'm gonna rank them from the books that I like the least to the books that I like the most. And I think originally it is called as a worst to best Harry Potter book, but I think worst is a very negative word, and none of the book is bad. Each and every book is amazing in itself. Trust me, it was very difficult for me to just compare these books, but I have ranked them according to how impactful it was for me, on the basis of how adventurous it was with the plot twists, the character developments, and a lot of thinking. So yeah, it might differ from you. My opinions might differ from you, but that's absolutely fine. You never know. Maybe if I reread them again, my preferences will change, and that I think is the beauty of Harry Potter. The more you explore it, the more you read, the more you love them. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, let's just get started. Starting from book number 7, we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I feel very sad to rate it as number 7, but I feel like it was less impactful for me than the other books. The last quest also was kind of similar to that in Philosopher's Stone. Other than that, we just cannot ignore the fact that the first Horcrux, which was Diary of Tom Riddle, was destroyed in this book, which is very important. No matter what, I just love this book. So yeah, book number 7. Number 6, we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This was where it all started, and we were introduced to this amazing world of magic. We were introduced to all the amazing characters, to Hogwarts. There were so many firsts, like the Sorting Hat, and the Quidditch, and this is simply such a refreshing read. The chapter Boy Who Lived will always be remembered by me. I feel like as this was a start, and the series got better and better for me after this, but this was very important to create that built up, and I love this book. On number 5, we have, in fact, the fifth book, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I have already made a detailed review for this one. You can check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. I love this book so much. So many people say that Harry is always throwing tantrums in this book, but when you read it as an adult, you just understand what a 15-year-old boy must be going through after seeing such traumatic incidents. The highlight for me of this book will be Professor Umbridge. Just saying her name makes me angry, which depicts how well written that character is. And of course, Sirius died in this book, and I was devastated. I really wanted Sirius to be with Harry till the very end. I don't know, he just gives a very supportive and homely vibes. The only reason I am placing this on number 5 is because I feel like at some point the book became very draggy, and some of the incidents which had like nothing to do with the actual plot or anything could have been avoided. Other than that, I simply love this book. Moving on to book number 4, people gonna hate me after this, but it is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This is the last book in the series, and it indeed made sure that all the pieces fall into place. And I cried a lot in this book, with the amount of people dying in this book, and I cried a lot when Dobby died. He's like one of my favorite characters of the series. The last 30 to 40% of the book, I was like on my peak of excitement. I literally skipped my dinner just to finish this book. I was so much involved in it. And the chapter, Princess Tale, will be my favorite chapter of this whole series. I really felt bad for Snape. I also enjoyed the end a lot, and it was very sweet, which is when I decided I will not read The Cursed Child, which is the next book, and I just want this to be the happy ending. And one more thing which I would like to mention is that the last face off between Harry and Voldemort is so beautifully written in this book. The way they are, walking in circle with their wands at each other, and Harry is telling Voldemort that, dude, you have been failed. Your plans are failed. You are nothing in front of me now. You can literally feel that frustration in the eyes of Voldemort, and that scene was epic. I wish that was, executed in the movie. Anyway, the only setback that I find for this book was the scenes where of destroying the Horcruxes was kind of rushed, you know. And yeah, I like Harry Potter for its characters, and in maximum part, only the trio was, into picture, and I totally get it. They had to, enter the real world and destroy the Horcruxes. But I was kind of missing the other characters. I was missing Hogwarts. But yeah, as I said, the book really took off for me after 50-60%. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, it is on my top 4. Now coming to my top 3 books. On number 3 we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I simply love everything about this book. It doesn't have Voldemort, but it has Dementors, which are equally scary. Sirius was the highlight for me for this book, and such a character development. First, we know that he is a prisoner; he's very dangerous. Then he was the one who betrayed Harry's parents. To knowing that he was actually a good person, and then finally knowing that he is the godfather of Harry, for me is a blend of everything. It has friendship, betrayal, then the Marauders map secret was, revealed in this book, which was very interesting to read. Then Harry's famous the Expecto Patronum charm was introduced in this book. Then what else? There is time travel. Um, Peter Pettigrew, who was actually Scrabbers this whole freaking year, simply amazing. There is nothing that I can hate about this book, and just what all this in mere 400 pages. And my favorite thing from this book will be when Harry realizes that he was the one who, spelled the Patronus charm and not his father. That was so epic. So all in all, this book definitely deserves to be in my top 3. Coming to the book number 2, it is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is so special to me. It was very emotional and it was very impactful, and it certainly creates a void wherein you just don't want this series to end. And it took me a while, I guess a few months, to pick the last book, The Deathly Hallows. That is the level of built up that has been created by this book. There were so many important events. The destruction of Horcruxes had started in this book. Harry and Dumbledore's relation is beautifully portrayed in this book. The way they used to, travel in his memories and revisit those important events. Hermione and Ron were together. Harry and Ginny were together, which was very sweet to read. The most important, we get to know about Voldemort's backstory, how he evolved from Tom Riddle, who was a normal student, to Voldemort. Amazing. And the level of character developments in this book, oh my god. Draco Malfoy, for instance, we have seen him like being this braggy kid, and in this book, he is actually a very innocent and troubled kid. And Snape, when Snape killed Dumbledore, oh my god, the world literally stopped for me at that very moment. And of course, Dumbledore died in this book, which affected me a lot. So yeah, I have a lot of things to say about this book. All in all, I really enjoyed it, and yes, it is my second favorite book. This leaves us with my number 1 book, which you already know. It is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the 4th book in the series, and it is truly a masterpiece. The Triwizard Championship was indeed a very refreshing read, and it was very amazing, very adventurous. New characters were introduced in this book, and also the Yule Ball. Oh my god, one of my favorite moments from the entire series is in this book. Then the amount of revelations that are happening, that Mad-Eye Moody was actually Junior Barty Crouch, and I was like, what? Then the book starts getting dark when Cedric dies. Oh my god. I was so sad at that point. And then Harry and Voldemort's first face off, I literally had goosebumps at that scene. I've already made a reading vlog for this book. You can definitely check it out. So, all in all, this book definitely qualifies all the parameters and it deserves to be the number one book for me. So yeah, this is the ranking for me for the entire Harry Potter book series. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what are your thoughts, what are your ranking. If you have read the books, what are your ranking, or if you have watched the movies, then you can rank them as well. I would love to hear them. And I'm already feeling sad that I have finished reading this book, but I have already started to plan as to when I can, reread this book. I'm very much excited. If you get a chance, please read it. It's very amazing. It's very different from the movies. What I can say, I'm just obsessed with Harry Potter right now. Yes, with that said, I'll stop right here. If you have watched this video till here, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yes, I'll see you next time. Bye.